At 8 o'clock, we got our last game of the day, guys. We got UNC, who's 5-1, and also somehow not in the top 25. Traveling to Duke, who's 4-2. UNC favored by 7 points on the ACC network in one of the more underrated games of the day. Drake May for UNC has gone 134 or 193, thrown for 1,903 yards, 21 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Omarion Hampton on the ground has had 71 carries for 329 yards and 6 touchdowns. And Josh Downs for the year has had 28 catches for 299 yards and 5 touchdowns. Riley Leonard for Duke has gone 110 to 166, thrown for 1,312 yards, 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Jalen Coleman has had 58 carries for 308 yards and 4 touchdowns, and Jalen Calhoun has had 23 catches for 356 yards and 2 touchdowns. Last 3 games have gone to UNC from 2019 to 2021. Last win for Duke was in 2018. It was also at home for them, so that's a bright side for Duke's coming off a heartbreaker, right? They've lost 2 in a row, I want to say. No, not 2 in a row. They lost last week against Georgia Tech, who's suddenly a contender on that side of the ACC. Ever since Jeff Collins has been fired, it has been lights-out performance. The only team ahead of Georgia Tech, I believe, in the ACC coastal standings is UNC. So weirdly enough, if you're a Georgia Tech fan, a Yellow Jacket, you should be watching this football game and being a huge Duke fan. If you are a Georgia Tech fan and you really want to make that side of the ACC championship, which you have a chance to do, the only team I would say is definitely better than Georgia Tech is UNC, and you still have to play them. So I think you still get to play them, if you're Georgia Tech. So I think what's going to be really fascinating about this football game is Drake May against Duke's defense. Duke's defense has been playing some pretty good football this year. And Drake May obviously has been playing lights out all year. They almost let up a huge comeback by Miami, but fortunately enough for them, their defense got a big stop down the stretch. UNC is a good football team, guys. They're a top 25 football team, at least in my opinion. I think they're better than Kentucky, and I think they're better than Utah. This is a good Tar Heels team. I don't know how they're not in the top 25. I don't know how the Minnesota's not in the top 25, and 3 2-loss teams are. But I think the Tar Heels proved themselves on the road this week. Although, if they beat Duke, they're still going to say, oh, they just beat Duke. Like, UNC's going to be like 6-1, guys, if they win this game. I think you have to let them in the top 25. They're a good enough football team that you think you have to consider them. I like UNC a lot here. I like them as a football team. I like them as a program. And I like them to win on the road against Duke. They're favored by 7. I think it's a close game. I think Duke gets the backdoor cover on this game, but UNC wins outright.